I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the Indian representative for the PDC World Championship this year, Amit Gilitwala. Thank you very much for the time. How are you doing?
I'm very good. It was my pleasure to be a part of it.
Pleasure to have you on, and we're talking a little over a week before the World Championship gets underway. You're going to be making your debut in the tournament. How are you feeling just 8 days to go before you're at Ali Pali?
As a dart player, it is a dream of playing at the Ali Pali. So I have been waiting from last 10 years to get this opportunity, and finally the time has came. And I'm feeling a bit excited about my first game. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we'll come back to the World Championship a bit later, but I want to go back to the start for you in darts. Where did the interest in darts come from originally?
I was doing my school in India. At that time, our school has introduced a darts game for the very first time in 2009. So I went to the demonstration, and from that I got selected for the district darts championship, where I got my first position. From that I got selected for the further tournaments like the state championship and the national championship. Slowly I started playing with the good players. I have started practicing very well against them. I have performed in the local tournaments. By then I have developed the darts like that, and that keeps me more focused on the darts along with the studies at that time.
2011, at the age of just 15, you win the Indian National Championships. How special a moment was that for you to win a title in your home country like that, and at such a young age too?
Yes, at that time I was 15 when I won my first national darts championship title at Kolkata. I have been regaining champions in the youth category before, but I have started playing in the men's category from 2010 onwards, and it was more experienced players playing on that tournament, and it was a very, very tough for me to win, but somehow I keep my focus on dartboard. I have practiced a lot at that time, so I think that gave me a momentum to win at that time. And at that time I was the youngest national darts champion in India, and from that I carried that momentum with me, and I have improved a lot after that, which gave me a good experience and all that.
Well, fast forward a few years then, 2014, and we've seen your name now appear in PDC events. You make your debut in the World Youth Championship, also the World Cup in the PDC as well. What was it like playing the World Cup and on that big stage for the first time?
Oh yes, in the PDC World Youth Championship, I got selected from the Chennai qualifier, which is going to place in Chennai. I got selected from there for the World Youth Championship, and I have played that in the Reading, the World Youth Championship. It was a very wonderful experience for me to playing against some of the young pros here in the UK. And obviously in 2014, the World Cup of Darts in Germany, I was played for the very first time on that stage, which has given me a good exposure. And I was a bit nervous at that time because I was playing against the big crowd onto the stage for the very first time. But it was a very wonderful experience for me as a dart player to play onto that stage. So it's really good experience for me.
Now you live here in the UK, in Preston, I believe. When did that move happen, and what was the reason behind moving yourself away from home and over here in England?
Yes, in 2018, I have decided to move in the UK for the 6 months as a visitor purposes. That was a great support from my family, especially to my father, who have put such an amount of money on me to go to the UK. In fact, I have stayed here for 6 months. In 2018, I have participated in Q School along with the PDC Challenge Tour and PDC Development Tour, and those 6 months have given me a really good experience and exposure to the darts. And later on in 2019, I have decided to study here in the UK my masters, which is at Liverpool University. So for the darts, I have choose UK for the study purposes, so that I can improve and play more darts.
And with the darts as well, you've joined the Lancashire Super League. You've been playing in local events as well, more recently around the Preston area. How much has that helped improve your game?
Yes, it's really a very good opportunity for me to be a part of Preston Super League. I have joined them on 2020, where we have 8 good teams around, and I'm playing for Preston. So we have a tournament once in a month where we have to travel the nearest city, like Stockport, Fulham and Blackpool, something like that. So it's really helped me with my game, because as a part of the Preston team, I got opportunity to play against pro players like Wes Newton, Andy Bolton, all of those pros players, which give me a competitive edge in this game, so I can improve a bit further.
Excellent. Well, let's get back to the World Championship there, and it was only less than 2 weeks ago when we're talking that the PDC revealed that you would be the Indian representative as the Indian Darts Federation #1. What was your reaction when you found out the news?
Yeah, I was quite happy to look into my name into it, and obviously, Indian Darts Federation is a non-biased organization which has been sending players to all the tournaments from last few years, and unfortunately this year the Indian Darts Federation couldn't able to hold qualifier for the World Championship due to the COVID pandemic. So they have decided to choose a player from according to the Indian Darts Federation merit, considering the last 5 years. So I stood at first position on that ranking. So according to that, I got selected for the PDC World Darts Championship. So I was really excited, and I was really happy to see my name into the name of world.
The last couple of years, we've seen your World Cup partner from 2014, Nitin Kumar, flying the flag for India at Ali Pali. How much interest has his appearances in the World Championship gained for darts back home in India?
Yes, Nitin has been representing India from last 2 years in the Ali Pali World Darts Championship. He's a decent player, and he has inspired the young talents of India to. He has shown some of the ways of young talent of India to get it into the darts and play as much as they can. So into this, the darts really been growing in India at the moment.
Sure, like us, you were glued to the TV last week for the draw, and when your name got pulled out with Steve West and in Peter Wright's second round possible opponents, did you know that would mean that you'd be first up in the tournament?
Oh yes, I have seen my draws, and I was quite surprised to see the draw, and it's like I'm playing against the Steve West, who is well named in the PDC, and he's most experienced player in the PDC. But I'm really looking forward to play against him in the first round, and winner of that will play against Peter Wright, a very big name in darts, and in fact he is the defending world champion. So I'm really looking forward to all those opportunities which I'm having this year, and I hope I can perform better against those guys, and which gives me exposure and more experience, so that I can build my game further.
And as you mentioned there, Steve West, an established name in the PDC, will obviously go in as the favourite for the game. But what would it mean for you to get that win and then play the reigning world champion Peter Wright? Have you allowed yourself to think that far ahead yet?
Oh yes. To be honest, I have just need to focus on the dartboard. So I am always wanted to play with the player who is better than me. So that has been always the case in my life in the darts, which if we play against a good player, then we are 100% improving our own game. And I think playing against the Steve West and winning against him, it's like really a big opportunity in my darts career, which I'm really looking forward to it, so I can have a chance to play against the defending world champion, which is a Peter Wright. So I'm really excited for it at the moment.
Well, here in the UK, of course, we've just come out of the second lockdown only a few days ago. How has that impacted your practice and preparation for the World Championship? Can you practice with any other people now or away from home? How's that all looking at the moment?
Yes, due to lockdown, in fact, our Super League conducted online darts matches. So I have participated in the online darts championship, which is going on the few weeks later. So I have played those online matches, and I really enjoy playing at online matches. And at the moment, I'm practicing on my own. So I'm not playing against any player at the moment. I'm just trying to focus on the dartboard, and I'm just practicing at my own at the moment.
Lastly, before we let you go, going forward after the World Championship, what are your plans really for 2021? Have you got any plans yet? Could we see you back at Q School on the Challenge Tour? What have you got lined up?
Of course, once I get participated in the World Darts Championship, positivity and momentum is with me, which pushed me towards the participating in the PDC Q School. So I am also looking forward to participate in the PDC Q Schools, so that by playing into the Q School, I also got an opportunity to play the PDC Challenge Tour. So yes, I'm going to play PDC Q School and PDC Challenge Tour in the next year, 2020-21.
Excellent. Well, Amit, really appreciate your time and wish you all the best for your World Championship debut next week and for Q School and the Challenge Tour and everything that comes your way next year.